Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Around the World podcast, where I, Lucas Clymer, and my good friend Jacob Hernandez talk about the beautiful game of football and interesting topics surrounding the beautiful game. Episode 4, Jacob, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. We just had a bit of technical difficulties. Lucas didn't turn the mic on, so we're recording it a bit late, so we got to get moving.
Listen, man, I'm not the best with this stuff. I'm not the best, but I'm learning.
We're all learning. We're all learning how to use the computer and stuff. You know, you think our generation would know how to do these things, but we did not turn on the microphone.
Very true. Well, we have a lot of Champions League to talk about, Jacob. Last week we predicted the 4 Champions League games last week, and it's been a week since those have been played, so we gotta quickly cover those because we're gonna start with the Champions League, not the Prem.
Just big stuff.
Just big stuff.
You know,
so
switching it up here.
Yeah. So we first game we'll talk about Bayern and Salzburg. Was 1-1 in aggregate going into German Munich.
Second leg was not the same.
We both thought Neuer wasn't going to play, but he ended up playing, and it really didn't matter because Bayern won 7-1.
Yeah, that's a pretty fat scoreline. 7-1. Lewandowski with the easiest hat trick of his life, a tap-in and 2 penalties. Neuer actually played, so I don't think they really needed to play him at all. They could have played me in that, and they still would have won. Just a pretty easy game for Bayern. I knew they were going to go through. Salzburg's just not as good. You know, hats off to them for keeping it 1-1 in the first leg, but Bayern just really showed their quality in the second leg.
Yeah, I think they wish it was a lot more respectful in the way this game went because, I think if they lost 2-0, maybe 3-0, like, you know what, Bayern's just a better quality team, but they got shellacked, and they can't really blame anyone but themselves because they gave Lewandowski 2 goals, basically in like 21 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the other one was just goalie comes out, deflected off his knee, and then tapping him. And the game was pretty much over after half an hour.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see a little bit of a closer scoreline, to represent Salzburg as a club, but,
You already know that Bayern's at least going to the final, and that just makes me upset.
Yeah. Just represents their culture, They're just such a great team.
Yeah. All right, and then the next game we talked about was Liverpool and Inter. Liverpool's up 2-0 in aggregate. I predicted a 1-1 draw. Jacob predicted a 2-2 draw.
So we knew Inter was going to score, and we knew it was going to be a lot closer of a game. Inter ended up winning 1-0. So, Liverpool still went through. We both thought Liverpool was going through. We both thought they were going to kind of take off, step off the gas in the second leg. They did, losing 1-0, but they still went through, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, Martinez had the goal. Alexis Sanchez with the red card. How about that? Old,
once an Arsenal player, always an Arsenal player. Red cards are in her DNA, apparently.
Yeah, Liverpool just didn't have a good game offensively. They were kind of fatigued, like we predicted, kind of after they played a couple Prem games in a row. Inter got a goal. They only had 6 shots, but 3 shots on goal for Inter. Liverpool had 2 shots on target off of 12.
Yeah, more possession as well, 63% possession, just kind of holding the ball at the end.
Just wasn't their day.
See it out.
Yeah, it just wasn't their day, finishing wise, but. Thankfully, they did get through.
Yep.
So we shall see.
You don't always have to win in the Champions League. It's kind of weird, but you can win, draw, and lose and still go through.
I guess we have to touch base on Man City and Sporting.
Yep.
0-0.
Nothing happened. City's already up 5 goals, so I guess they didn't really care. So it didn't matter. We thought Sporting were going to win this leg because they were going to come out hungry. We thought there was going to be a lot of goals with Sporting looking to equalize the scoreline, 5 goals down, but they just came out and did nothing. City shut them down. City had 69% possession. They had more shots on target. That's really sad for Sporting. Down 5, you have to throw the kitchen sink up top. You have to go for the goals, and they couldn't score 1 in 2 legs.
They did play a 3-4-2 one, so they were playing 3 in the back. But like you said, 6 shots on 3 on target. They weren't going to win. Let's be honest. There was no chance.
There's 0 chance they would win. But
credit
I
to
expected a goal.
Yeah, credit to Man City though. They played a couple of backups.
Who
fullbacks.
is Egan Riley?
He's played about a game or two. He's 19 years old.
Huh. I mean,
Probably went through their academy. Haven't double checked.
Good for him, I guess. Good for him. Playing some Champions League football. Starting. Yeah. I've never heard of him, but hey.
I was really looking forward to if Barca legend Paulino could score. We won't waste any more time on this. Okay, so game of the week.
Real Madrid PSG. We don't like Real Madrid. Another wasted season for Messi. Very sad. Lucas predicted 2-2 draw, but PSG would go through. I said 2-1 Madrid, PSG in extra time. I mean, we're kind of close. Really sad. PSG went out. Donnarumma had a bunch of just stinkers in net, giving up terrible goals to Benzema. Man's like 34 and he's scoring hat tricks. PSG, I watched like the end of the game, hoping for them to score, and they just did not look like they were trying. They had no energy, no passion. I mean, money can't buy that, and I think that's their problem. They have all these stars. None of them work together. Yeah. They just don't try very hard. They're not looking to, put in a couple tackles, win the ball back for their teammates.
Get stuck in.
Yeah, they did not get stuck in. I watched the last part of the game. Subbing on their extra attackers, throw everything up top. Even when throwing everything up top, they still couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. They definitely just lack chemistry. If you just watch this team play, they have, in my mind, just on paper, that front three is the best front three in the world. Just based on based on just pure talent, that is the best front three. But they haven't worked. There's a couple games they work against kind of farmer teams in League One, but
Farmers League, yeah, it's pretty easy to score against those defenses. Yeah. But against a respectable team in Real Madrid, I guess one goal is okay, but with that front three, and kind of the people behind them, you'd expect something more.
Is clearly he's basically said, yeah, Madrid's my boyhood club, and I want to play for them, and he's still scored against them twice.
Yeah. Is he gone after this year? Do you think he's leaving Real Madrid?
Probably, because he almost left even when Messi came. Mm-hmm. So I don't
honestly, what would be cool is Mbappe to Real Madrid, Haaland to Barca, and Ronaldo to PSG. That would be sick.
There you go.
That would be hysterical to watch. Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi.
I seriously would pay money to watch that.
Honestly,
I will fly to Paris, France, and watch that. But back to this, Donnarumma just basically gave him the first goal. Mm-hmm. He just got caught.
There was some, shouts for a foul, but I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Goalies always get the benefit of the doubt anyways with fouls.
So, just don't make the mistake. It's pretty simple. And don't give the ball away.
And Benzema scored twice in 3 minutes, and that was it.
Yeah.
But like you said, they did not look like they were going to score or even try to get back in it towards the end.
I honestly had no faith in them getting that goal back.
No. Yeah, it's sad. PSG in the Champions League is just not a good mix. They almost did it in the final couple years ago when they lost to Bayern, but
no.
Yeah, Eden Hazard didn't even get off the bench for Madrid. I know he's not good anymore, really, but
he's still a big money signing. You obviously know he's a quality player. Gareth Bale doesn't even play anymore. I would slam the desk, but I don't want the mic to fall over, so I guess I can't.
It's honestly amazing how ever since Ronaldo's left Real Madrid, how much people have really come to realize how Benzema is a really good, top 3 price striker in the world, honestly. And he kind of no one ever talked about him when Ronaldo was at Madrid. It was really Ronaldo and Bale in their prime, and then James Rodriguez and whoever they had. Benzema never got any credit, and he didn't really play for the France national team back then too. So good for him, but not the biggest Real Madrid supports between us two, but credit to them. PSG, they're next year
again. Back to the former Farmers League. They basically already won, so PSG have nothing to play for the rest of the year.
No.
So Messi's basically done for the entire
year.
I
know.
He's wasting another year of his career just sitting in France.
Is this probably one of Messi's worst seasons since
Absolutely. This honestly, he's probably better as like a child than he is now. Like his first season at Barcelona, he probably played better than he has now. And like his club wise, achievement wise, he probably won more.
I mean, it's fair. It's a lot for him to adjust to. I mean, he was at Barca for almost 2 decades of his life. So I mean, I definitely believe if he stays next year, which he probably will, that he'll be the same Messi. But
yeah, I mean, I know Barca wants him back, but I think Barca need to fix their financial situation before even thinking about getting Messi back on the books. I think he'll stay at PSG till the end of his contract next year, and then probably go back to Barca one or 2 more years, and then MLS. Hopefully, maybe get to see him over here.
Maybe. All right. Do you want to save the 4 games for today and tomorrow? Because we are recording this once again on Tuesday. Do you want to save our predictions for the end of the show? Go with some MLS and Prem, or do you want to finish?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Let's talk about some MLS. FC Cincinnati got their first win, Jacob.
Oh, my goodness. Neither of us predicted this. We thought they were just going to get blown out of the water. Orlando, what happened? FC Cincinnati and Brandon Vazquez. How do you let this happen? I mean, I don't have as much MLS knowledge as you do, Lucas, but when you said Orlando was a great team and you did not think FC Cincinnati were going to win, I already had zero confidence in FC Cincinnati to even score a goal in this game, and they pulled it off. What happened? Their defense played good.
I know.
That's not okay. That's honestly not okay. What is going on?
I mean,
Orlando was 70% possession, double the shots and shots on target, and double the passes. Cincinnati was 62% pass accuracy. Oh my goodness. Okay,
I watched some of it. I didn't get to watch it live, but I went back and watched some of it. It was definitely a smash and grab type performance.
They did not deserve that. Just looking at this, purely at the stats alone, that is horrible from Orlando there. I mean, Ian Murphy, the guy we just selected, is playing like left wing back. I don't think he's ever played in his life.
No. Orlando, for me, Orlando's going to be in contention to go to top 4 in the East and get a home playoff game. They have a really good, talented roster. Torres, LeBron is good. Perez is a good number 10. Pato's still around.
Oh, he's a legend.
Cara should be a good signing. Cincinnati they finished their chances, really, and Orlando didn't, and that's kind of weird to say with that front 3, and you look across the team, and it's Dom Badji and Brandon Vazquez. And Dom Badji absolutely weight roomed Ruan, the right back for Orlando. I don't know if you saw Jacob, but the second goal just absolutely just beasted him, and it led to the second goal from Vazquez. And honestly, good for Vazquez because he was a backup in Atlanta for a while, and it looks like they're just giving him the a striker.
You know what? When you don't have any other players, you kind of have to give him a shot.
And Brenner wasn't even on the bench.
Brenner, 13 mil, young Brazilian playing in America. Where is he? He disappeared. He despawned. Like, you're 13 million that pound or dollar transfer, however you want to calculate it. In America, young Brazilian, you have to be doing better. Like, where are you? You're supposed to be like the savior of FC Cincinnati, and you're not even playing.
And I thought about it too because I thought. He scored 8 goals last year in, kind of the end of a pandemic kind of year in MLS because they started allowing fans and everything. And then, that's okay. He's young. He's 20, 21, 20, something like that. And he's came over to a new country.
It's all right. 8 goals,
Yeah, came over.
At least he's playing.
Came over from a new country and scored 8. And this would be the year where he takes that massive step.
He recently turned 22 this year. So he's got a January birthday, so... He's 22 for the rest of the year, rest of the season. I mean, he's played 1 match, hasn't scored a goal. He's just doing nothing. Yeah.
But good on FCC, got their first win. The Crew, first place in the East on goal differential. They beat Toronto 2-1. I did watch this game from start to finish. Toronto is terrible. The Crew should have won by more.
It's a win.
They really didn't. The Crew didn't really play that well. They just missed a lot of chances. They were down 1-0 going to halftime, and they eventually won. Michael Bradley played center back in this game. Jacob.
Oh dear. My dad does not like him. I know he watches these podcasts. He's just going to cringe whenever he hears the name Michael Bradley.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of him either after what he said about Columbus a couple years ago. Yeah, we don't even talk about this too much. The Crew didn't play the best, but they still got the 2-1 win over a Toronto team that played mostly kids, plus Michael Bradley, their goalie, Alex Bono, Pasuelo, and Jonathan Osorio, who's been there for forever. FCC, I believe, is home to Inter Miami, I think, this weekend. So if they could get their second ever win at TQL, second or third ever win against Inter Miami.
Miami. I mean, at TQL Stadium, you're correct.
Inter Miami is right now just rolling. They're already falling apart 3 games in. Just
they are just rolling in the mud. Yeah, they are in the trenches
and
right now.
Crew plays Sunday at New York Red Bulls, and that'll be actually a tough game. So we'll see. There should be FCC need to beat Inter Miami if they want to do anything this year.
I mean, this is like a game of the 2 bottom dwellers of the league.
It is.
FCC has to win. I mean, Crew, they're obviously a much better club.
Yeah.
Winning is really all that matters. 2-1, 6-1 doesn't matter. I'd expect Columbus to win. Again, they're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And then Cincinnati are just a team in the league.
Yeah. All right, we got to move on. Let's talk a little bit about Premier League. Man United beat Spurs. That was our game to watch for Prem, 3-2 off of the typical Ronaldo hat-trick. He disappears for a little bit, and he has an incredible performance since he's a world-class player still.
Mm-hmm. Has like a month off of just doing nothing.
Yep.
Comes back, scores a hat-trick, hits a little Sue, and then...
and the world loses its mind.
Yeah, we all just go wild. We're like, oh my goodness, he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
We've never seen anything like this before. Oh my goodness, at like 37 years old, scoring a hat-trick.
But the question we do have here is how impressive was this performance? So, how impressed were you by it?
I was pretty impressed. I mean, it's hard to get a hat trick, but like, it's Spurs. I'm not sure it's one of the top. I mean, they're a big club, but like, are they the best team in the league? Not really. It's pretty impressive still to score a hat trick, right? But like, Ronaldo, he does this all the time. It's kind of his job to score goals, so I think it was a little bit overhyped. Still pretty nice to see, even as a Messi fanboy.
Yeah. It's
still nice to see Ronaldo doing well.
Yeah, it definitely is. Spurs are in 8th now, behind Wolves and West Ham, who are 7th and 6th. It's just Harry Kane's got to get out of there. So does Son.
They just need to leave. I think both of them are probably the only 2 left that just need to leave.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I was pretty impressed myself. I mean, good for him. A couple of screamers too. The one that was from way out. It's good, but they honestly needed every goal to win. I know they did win 3-2.
So they did need every goal.
They did. Man United, dude.
Maguire.
We're gonna predict.
He's so bad.
We're gonna predict their Champions League game. Atletico Madrid later, like at the end of the show. But yikes! I was impressed. Good for Man United. You almost could say they need it because we say this every show. They're 1 point behind Arsenal, but they played 3 more games, so they needed that.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, if we want to have time to predict these, probably go quick.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Liverpool. Arsenal, it's a chance to stay in the top 4. I don't know if they can beat Liverpool, but with games in hand, I'm not sure that it matters that much. Maybe try for a point here. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, definitely. Try for a point. Liverpool's had a history of just shellacking Arsenal the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Definitely a point. If I had to predict, I would say Liverpool are going to win, but we'll see. That game's tomorrow.
Hopefully Arsenal plays well, but
yeah, that game's tomorrow.
Ferran Torres finds its form, scoring 2 goals in a Barcelona 4-0.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him score a couple goals. He still probably missed a couple chances. Ousmane Dembele missed a lot of shots. You know what? 4-0 win, it's all right. They're both, doing well. Torres, 2 goals. Dembele, a couple assists as well. He looks nice. He's turning the boos into cheers. It's nice to see them back on track, trying to fight for a Champions League spot.
Yeah, typical Barca performance, 73% possession, 24 shots, 9 on target. They held them.
They looked well.
Only 4 and 3. They looked really well against a team they should always
Ricky
beat.
Puig came off the bench, scored a goal. Nice to see that as well.
Yeah.
I love him from the Barca Academy. Doesn't play that much, but it's nice to see.
They're probably not going to win the league. Madrid is so far ahead.
Yeah, I think Madrid have basically won the league already.
They should try to get second.
Yeah, I think Barcelona honestly do have a shot at second right now.
Yeah, definitely for sure, and definitely they'll get back in the Champions League next year.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end this with our predictions of the Final Four Champions League games that are today and tomorrow. Because once again, we are recording this on Tuesday. I'm gonna get started, Jacob. Gotcha. He's struggling here a little bit.
Oh, I just choked on air or something. All right, Lille versus Chelsea. Chelsea are 2-0 up. I think Chelsea are going to go through 3-1. I'm predicting Lille. I like their top two. I like their strikers. I think they're pretty dangerous, but Chelsea are just such a strong side. I think they win.
This game is in France, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can check.
Yeah, because Pulisic scored in...
Yes, this is in France.
Yeah.
This is in France. Jonathan David, Hatem Ben Arfa, Tim Weah,
Yep.
Pretty good.
So CONCACAF players.
Yep.
Jonathan David, Tim Weah. I could honestly see a draw, and I kind of talked myself out of the draw. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. Kai Havertz is probably going to score, probably Mason Mount, Pulisic, or whoever else they have starting. I definitely do think Chelsea is going to go through. I would be shocked. I mean, this would be a shock if Lille were to knock off Chelsea. I really can't see it happening, really. Chelsea reigning Champions League champs.
Chelsea have to go through here.
Yeah, they have to. All right, second game, Ajax and
Benfica.
Benfica, yeah. Ajax and Benfica.
Ajax, tied 2-2 in the first leg in Portugal. They're back. They're back in the Netherlands, so Ajax probably have a better shot at winning here. I think Ajax are a better side. Benfica a little underrated. I think it'll be a tight game, 3-2 Ajax. I think there's going to be a few goals, and Ajax probably go through. Riding that high from many years ago, the big Champions League run. I wish they could have made it to the final that year. Sadly, Spurs had to make it. I don't like Spurs.
And which was one of the worst finals ever. Liverpool and Spurs.
Yeah, but honestly, I'd like to see Ajax go through. I like their club.
Yeah, I would like to see Ajax go through too as well. I like their club a lot. They've had that talented team that did make it to the Final Four. Pretty much most of them are gone. So obviously you see them on teams like Chelsea.
Great academy. It's nice to see a club just operate with lots of profit and not buying everyone,
Exactly.
Bayern Munich, just buying every good German player in the league.
I mean, they're obviously the top club in Holland. A lot of their star players left, but I still think they'll get through. I don't know how far they will get after this. I'm going 2-1 Ajax.
I just looked this up. Teton from FC Cincinnati joined Ajax on a free.
That is right. Yeah.
I'm not sure he'll ever play. But, that's pretty cool. Actually, I mean, it looks like right now they have 3 injured goalkeepers, so Teton is kind of like their third-string keeper, but...
I will go insane if he even is on the bench for this Champions League game. After what he did for FCC the past year, and he gets to be on the bench for a Champions League club, dude. It's just amazing how the way the world works sometimes.
That would be hilarious.
But good. I mean, good for him. All right.
Yeah.
Did you say your scoreline?
Yeah, 3-2 Ajax.
Right. I'm good. I went 2-1 Ajax. All right.
Juventus Villarreal.
Yep.
I think 2-1 Juventus. It was a tied leg, first leg 1-1. Villarreal, I think they'll score a goal. The Spanish clubs, they always throw everybody up there. Their center backs always head in a goal somehow. But Juventus are still a pretty strong side. Ronaldo left. They're not doing too good, not doing too bad.
It's really weird. You don't hear anything about Juventus anymore since Ronaldo left.
No, they've really fallen off as a global club.
I mean, there's not they still have a pretty good roster, honestly. I mean, Wes McKennie did fracture his foot. If you're a U.S. national team fan,
so I guess the United States stopped watching them, but
probably.
Yeah.
And Dybala's still there.
Vlahovic, new signing. I mean, De Ligt, he's a fantastic player. Chesney, former Arsenal player.
Yeah, their backline still it's really old, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still great.
I mean, I could honestly see this being a 0-0 draw since it was a 1-1 draw before.
Yeah.
I just said 2-0 Juventus because I think that defense is going to shut down Villarreal. And I think they'll find a way to get 2 goals, maybe off a corner kick, and I'm betting on Dybala to get one maybe this game.
Dybala,
Juventus is definitely
Vlahovic.
going through.
Yep. Juventus will go through probably.
How much of a threat do you give Juventus on actually winning?
I mean, I think the signing of Vlahovic is a little underrated. I mean, for their attacking, play. Dybala, he's also underrated. He's pretty darn good up top. And then De Ligt at the back, I think he's pretty strong. I'd like to see him at Barcelona.
Yeah.
Or Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'd just like to see him at a club that you know what?
That you enjoy.
Bring him to FC Cincinnati. That'd be hilarious.
He would love Skyline Chili.
Yeah, exactly. Give him some Skyline Chili and bring him to Ohio.
Yep. All right.
But Juventus, I don't think they really have a shot to win.
No. Well, I mean, we'll see the draw too as well after this
Yeah.
round. We'll see.
I mean, Chelsea could beat them. Manchester United or Atletico could beat them.
Because do you think is there any team maybe if they get Ajax or Benfica, depending on who wins that, they could probably beat them.
Or actually, yeah, if they play the winner of Benfica and Ajax, I think they could go through again. But yeah, City, Madrid, Bayern, Liverpool on the other side.
I would give them if Man United keeps playing like this, I will give them a shot to beat Man United. That's it though.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's a maybe.
The United or Benfica and Ajax, I don't think they're going much farther than that.
Yep. All right, so our last game, our game of the week, the biggest game, Manchester United, Atletico Madrid, 1-1 aggregate, going back
to England, I think.
England. Yep, Old Trafford.
Big Old Trafford.
Going back to Old Trafford. I was trying to think of their stadium name. I'm like, what's it called? I almost said Stamford Bridge. I'm like, that is not their
That's
stadium.
definitely not their stadium.
All right, Old Trafford.
I honestly struggled to predict this game. I said 2-1 Atletico Madrid. I mean, I thought also about saying Manchester United to win. In England, Ronaldo always does well against Atletico.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want this to be the first time that we differed on a prediction, though. So.
Yeah, have we all?
I think
we predicted the same result.
We predicted the same team. I'm pretty sure every week.
I think we have.
I think
on one game.
Maybe, and then I think next round in the Champions League we'll definitely have some different opinions.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think this week I'm just going Atletico Madrid. As a Messi fan, I'd low key like to see Ronaldo go out.
Well, I can't disagree what you're saying because I do love Messi, but everything's just screaming in my head. Ronaldo just came off a hat trick.
Yeah.
It's Atletico Madrid the team that he's owned when he was with Madrid. It's in England. It's at Old Trafford. I'm betting on him to score twice, but I'm also betting that Man United's defense is going
Maguire's just going to stink it up. De Gea
when was the last time you looked at Man United's back four? Not De Gea, back four, and was like, they played really good. They played like
maybe when I wasn't born.
It's been a bit.
Back when Rio Ferdinand was there, maybe. I don't know.
I'm betting on a mistake or so. I went 3-2 Madrid. I think they'll get a scrappy goal or two.
Yeah.
I'm betting Luis Suarez. Maybe he comes back with the start.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really tough.
Suarez played for Liverpool. I mean, he doesn't like Man United that much.
He doesn't. It's tough to give Atletico this win here after what we've seen from Ronaldo. I mean, everything's pointing in the direction of Manchester United.
It really is. I mean, regardless, whoever comes out here, it's going to be bad for.
Yeah. Either team here that comes out, I don't think they have
they'll
a real
be
shot
very
at winning.
They'll be very unhappy. I think honestly, this means more for Atletico because Man United can just try to focus and get top four again.
They can go back to the Prem and try and get back in the Champions League, get a top four spot, which is really what they need right now. I don't think they should be focusing on the Champions League that much this year.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they really have a shot at winning at all.
Yeah.
And then Atletico, Real Madrid is going to win the league, so
yeah.
Neither of them really matter here too much.
All right, well, I guess next week we'll recap the Champions League games. We'll talk about MLS, obviously. We'll talk about some of the Prem games coming up, like Liverpool.
Have a bunch of different leagues next week since the Champions League will be up.
Yeah, very true.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to the 4th episode of the Around the World podcast. We'll recap all our Champions League stuff next week. And see you next time.